The man who allegedly shot and killed 12 people and wounded 58 in a Colorado movie theatre last Friday will face court for the first time tomorrow Australian time. 24-year-old James Holmes is reportedly still refusing to answer questions about the shooting spree at a packed midnight premiere of the Batman film The Dark Knight Rises. As thousands of people gathered just outside Denver for a memorial service, US President Barack Obama flew in to meet with grieving and shocked families. Jane Cowan reports from Aurora in Colorado.
As the grief sets in, it isn't getting any easier to comprehend. The makeshift memorial that started with a few flowers is growing by the day. 12 white crosses now adorn the roadside opposite the cinema. The people of Aurora poured out in memory of those who went to the movies and never came home. The oldest, 51, the youngest, 6-year-old Veronica Moser Sullivan.
She was just such a wonderful little girl, you know. So sad that she had to have life taken away from her.
Barack Obama followed in the grim footsteps of George W. Bush, who visited Virginia Tech, and Bill Clinton, who went to Columbine.
I had a chance just now, about 5 minutes ago, to visit with Allie Young. Allie is 19 years old. And I also had a chance to visit with Allie's best friend, Stephanie Davies, who's 21. Stephanie was actually downstairs with Allie, as well as Allie's parents, when I walked into the room. And I don't think this story has been heard, at least I hadn't read it yet, but I wanted to share it with you. When the gunman initially came in and threw the canisters, he threw them only a few feet away from Allie and Stephanie, who were sitting there watching the film. Allie stood up, seeing that she might need to do something, or at least warn the other people who were there, and she was immediately shot. And she was shot in the neck, and it punctured a vein, and immediately she started spurting blood. And apparently, as she dropped down on the floor, Stephanie, 21 years old, had the presence of mind to drop down on the ground with her, pull her out of the aisle, place her fingers over where Allie had been wounded, and applied pressure the entire time while the gunman was still shooting. Allie told Stephanie she needed to run. Stephanie refused to go. Instead, actually, with her other hand, called 911 on her cell phone. Once the SWAT team came in, they were still trying to clear the theater. Stephanie then, with the help of several others, carries Allie across 2 parking lots to where the ambulance is waiting. And because of Stephanie's timely actions, I just had a conversation with Allie downstairs, and she is going to be fine.
The grieving community has got its first look at the man accused of causing so much suffering.
Hello, I'm James.
The video shows an 18-year-old James Holmes making a presentation at a science camp.
I've been working with a temporal illusion. It's an illusion that allows you to change the past.
His goals are to become a researcher and to make scientific discoveries. It's a good start.
It's emerged Holmes applied to join a gun club last month, but was rejected after the owner heard a strange message on his answering machine that he described as guttural and freakish.
Yeah, it put up a flag to me that who is this? What was he trying to accomplish with this?
The revelation the accused gunman was able to arm himself with an arsenal including an assault rifle and 2 pistols, all legally acquired, has reopened the perennial gun debate.
I believe that a revolver, a rifle, a shotgun isn't going to do the damage. It's the big clips. It's 100 rounds. You cannot get to him to dislodge the gun because he can fire so rapidly and has so many bullets.
This isn't an issue about guns. This is just really an issue about sick, demanded individuals and it's a tragedy, and I don't think there's a solution here in Washington to solve this problem.
I don't think people are ready to jump into that debate because it does get so vitriolic and it does get so nasty so quickly.
Adam Goldstein writes for the Aurora Sentinel and has seen his community go through this before with the Columbine High School massacre.
Why do you think it is that the debate so automatically seems to go to guns being the problem rather than mental health, perhaps?
I think it's human nature to focus on the end result and to focus on the simple response. And when you're talking about complicated issues of mental health and of nurturing and what drives somebody to violence, that's a lot more layered and nuanced debate than talking about ammunition and guns.
How much of a part of American life has this become, the mass shooting?
It's become, unfortunately, part of the common fiber of life in America.
While the motive for the shooting remains a mystery, an anonymous law enforcement official says police have found a Batman mask inside the suspect's apartment. Neighbours can't believe it.
I mean, the people that would be suspicious to me are people that I've seen that maybe have been mentally ill, and show some type of weirdness, but I didn't think there would be anything like that with somebody like him.
We recognized the white car when we had seen it on the TV, and then when we saw his photo, then that's when we realized that we had seen him a couple of times.
But those who came face to face with the shooter are defiant.
I beat you, I made it. You didn't take my life. You didn't take my friend's life either. But I pray, and I feel so sorry for the other families.
Today, rain soaked this roadside memorial and people stayed. Now it's dark and they're still here. Nothing can replace what's been lost, but it'll be up to the courts to deliver some kind of justice. Tonight, James Holmes is behind bars in solitary confinement. Tomorrow, he faces court for the first time. Jane Cowan, Lateline.